Jozi-based Mi Casa hit the airwaves in 2011 with their debut single These Streets, and their first album became a chart topper as well, reaching multi-platinum status with over 80,000 units sold. The release of Heavenly Sent in 2012 raised their profile even higher, with Mi Casa opening for international acts Drake and John Legend.
Some projects are solo ventures while others require a team, and the trick to picking the perfect team is a balance of ideas, personalities and talents. When I first heard the Mi Casa sound, I couldn't help but wonder about the three musos who are absolutely perfect together, so I invited them out to get the full story.
J Something, Mo T and Dr. Duda were waiting for Zakky inside.
Jay! Mo! Duda! It's so good to finally be chatting to you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
How did you guys get together? Where did you start? How did you meet?
Pretty mad story. So Duda, who was a DJ and producer before Mi Casa, was DJing at this hotel in Santon, and he was doing his set as he was booked and paid to do so. And then Mo, his brother, was promoting this event for our record label back then, Soul Candy, and said, hey man, you should come and play with this DJ, it's a cool vibe, it's like pool and everybody's chilling. So he rocked up, started playing with Duda. They didn't know each other from afar, so. And then I was at the event, I just arrived to Johannesburg, and my cousin wanted me to kind of get to know people, so I got to this party and he said, hey man, you can sing, why don't you ask them if you can kind of freestyle? So I approached Duda and I said, sorry man, you don't know me, but do you mind if I kind of like just jump on the mic and freestyle? And then we started jamming, and then people turned around, they were like, oh my goodness, who are these guys? And they sound cool. And after the show, it was, can we have pictures? Can we have the album? And we're like, hold on, we don't know each other from afar off, man. So that's how day one started for us.
And what made you decide to form a band?
We actually didn't decide to start the band, it was God that decided. And yeah, things just happened. Like things
God
just
and me begging.
You know, yeah,
Mi Casa Su Casa is their latest album and features collaborations with Black Coffee and Jimmy Nevis.
Tell us a little bit about yourselves. Duda?
Dr. Duda, the name, obviously my engine number is Sipo, back then from Mpumalanga. So my role in this band, I'm a producer, I play keyboards, I'm also a DJ when we perform, you know. So yeah man, I'm a quiet 51 and shy guy.
And you, Mo?
well, I'm the trumpet of the group, for those that don't know. And yeah, I just love making music and pranks, of course, you know, always prank people with Jay. And yeah, I just love having fun, you know.
Me, I'm the singer-songwriter of the band. I'm a creative person, so I just think coming up with cool things, and then I approach them to see if they like the idea, if they think it's cool, and if they will put their hearts into it, and then eventually we get things going.
So you started Mi Casa in 2010 and you had a hit single on the airwaves by 2011. Did you expect success so quickly?
We decided to do an event in Alex. It was a boxing event. And we decided because we wanted people to have something to do on the streets. That was just, it had nothing to do with music. We just wanted to help the community. And we decided to get a stage, and we created this boxing ring. We got some speakers and we started playing some music, and we put this whole program together of who was going to fight against who in Alex, in the middle of the street. Police blocked off the street, and all of a sudden we had hundreds of people that came to watch this boxing event. The boxing ring didn't even have those ropes. We had guys that would catch the oaks coming if they would fall out. And then we saw, oh my goodness, this is such a cool setting. We should try and shoot something, and maybe we could use it for a video somewhere. And then I remember that then we eventually got one of our friends to come in and shoot. And the next day, or when we got the footage back, we sat at our label and we said, this is the footage we have. What song could we use? And then, because it was very streets-based, it was in the streets, it was in the hood, we thought, hey, hold on, let's just do this for these streets. And that's how the first single was chosen.
Mi Casa means my house. How did you come up with the name?
You know, in the Latin world, when you say Mi Casa es su casa, it's a very welcoming term. You know, it's a term that says, you're welcome in my house, make yourself comfortable, this is yours, you know? We wanted to create a brand or a band where the fans felt like they were a part of the story. Because the truth is, as musicians, you're so dependent on people. you can't be arrogant thinking, yeah, I sold double platinum. No, you didn't. People bought double platinum. You know, people bought your album that much. So, yeah, that's the deeper meaning behind why Mi Casa.
Before my eyes, too unreal for me. Pinch myself to see. Would this be your body?
2012 saw you guys walking away with 3 Samas: Best Group, Best Album, and Record of the Year. What would you say some of your achievements to date are?
We've done some pretty cool things. I mean, I think we all just kind of like just the nature of how we are. We just downplay things because I think most importantly, what we think we've done really well is bring people together through music. But we were invited to play at President Barack Obama's inauguration, DC. Mind-blowing experience. We've sold double platinum both our albums. Our 3rd album's going towards triple platinum, which is just scary. Yeah, we've done all those accolades, but I think going back to what we always try and say is, I think the most fascinating thing for us has been seeing that, like, I hope this doesn't sound offensive, but like our music gets played on Afrikaans radio stations. We do Indian TV interviews, we do white radio stations TV, we do black everything. So the music has spoken way more beyond what we were told we were gonna reach, you know? They told us that we were gonna play for black people and play in townships and sell 5,000 albums. And we've just blown all of that out of proportion, so it's been a blessing.
You guys are involved with Nelson Mandela's Children's Hospital and Goodbye Malaria. Tell us more.
The hospital impacts our future. It impacts the youth. It gives them the platform and a place to go to when they are needy. We're also involved in Goodbye Malaria. We are the official African ambassadors for Goodbye Malaria, and that's a project that targets the biggest killer in Africa, which is malaria. A lot of people pay so much attention to AIDS and all these other things, which are, you know, important, but malaria is something that's been kind of overlooked by all the other things that are going on. So we've been involved in that. So it's just using our platform to try and make a change.
Mandela was known for his fierce love of music. Were you inspired by him in any way? And do you think music brings South Africans together?
Definitely, especially for the youth that's growing up today and stuff, and for the people that were not there during like what happened within the past and everything, and you know how the country was in the past, you know, and the change that he's brought to the country. But we think it's really more important for people to learn that through music, you know, because the greatest thing is that we all one, and we're all African, man, and it's a beautiful thing.
Do you guys have a Mandela Day message for us?
The message for us today, and what we've really been reflecting over the whole day, is that it's really important to pay attention to what and how much has been laid down so that we could enjoy the freedom that we're enjoying now. So I think that the message is just reflect a little and go and watch the movie, or go and read a little bit, go and just kind of expose yourself to a different aspect of the great man that was Nelson Mandela, and also more importantly, I think the great team that he had around him.
Jackson introduced the world to the moonwalk, and Mi Casa has introduced South Africa to the Jiga. They're about to teach me the steps, so clear the floor at home and join us.
Jiga, 1, 2, 3. Jiga, that's right.
Thank you guys are amazing.
Thank you.
If you guys want to see synergy in action, you just have to watch Mi Casa. Dr. Duda, Jay Something and Mo T are synergy in pure action. They're never competing with each other, they're only complementing each other, and all I can say is Jiga. Oh Jiga, my baby, Jiga. Woo!